Msaada na uli wangu ni wewe. Bila wewe Yesu mimi siwezi. Bila wewe mimi si kitu. Bali na wewe sina maisha, sina uhai bali na wewe. Si wewe sina mwingine, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Muumba mbingu na nchi, mweza wa yote, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Umenitoa mavumini ukaniketisha na wafalme, kaniheshimisha kunithamini. Ulinipenda zaidi ya makosa yangu, ungeniachilia Bwana, mimi nisingekubeba. Wewe uzima wangu, furaha yangu, msaada wangu milele. Kama si wewe sina mwingine, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Muumba mbingu na nchi, mweza wa yote, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Si wewe sina mwingine, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Muumba mbingu na nchi, mweza wa yote, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Kama si wewe Mungu ulindao walindao wanafanya kazi bure. Kama si wewe Mungu, kama si wewe Mungu, kama si wewe hatungekuwepo. Kama si wewe sina mwingine, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Muumba mbingu na nchi, mweza wa yote, kando na wewe hapana mwingine. Kama si wewe, kama si wewe Mungu wangu, kama si wewe hatungekuwepo.
Wow, 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 wow. Nice one. Black Boy Band. Hebu niguzie kitu kidogo tukiingia hapo ndani kidogo. Aha. Hey. Aha. Ehe. Aha. 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 Wapi bass guitar? Yeah. Aha. Aha. Ebu dance kidogo, dance. Ndio. Let me see what Westlands wako nayo. Let me see what Westlands has.
Ladies and gentlemen,
yes,
that is how we begin today's show. Karibuni sana. We are live. Hey,
nini
umetutoa hapa chini worship
kidogo sindio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another digital edition, and this is how we do it. Remember, we are live on YouTube at
E_squared TV.
And of course, man, this beautiful lady that was here performing with that lovely voice. Sindio?
Angelic voice.
Yes, sindio.
Angelic voice.
Angelic
voice.
Hiyo ni ya West. Hiyo sauti.
Nyoka pangoni.
Sisi hapa East tunasema mwanzio sauti jo inatoa Mbogi Genje huko hivyo. Sindio, her name is Maureen. Thank you so much, Maureen manze, for nice performance. Ametufungulia na Baraka. Sindio?
We'll hear more about Maureen.
Yes.
She'll be back here very soon.
Sindio?
With a wiki day. To scare what her journey is all about.
And also music, sindio?
Exactly.
Hiyo inamaanisha show leo itakuwa moto sana.
Kabisa. As you've just seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, man, we have this amazing number one, our resident band.
Black Boy Band.
Hebu piga ile kitu kidogo. Sawa. Pole. Akakona sai kuchalisa.
We have to show off. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining us for today's show.
Yes.
We are still continuing with the conversation about mental health that we have been talking about for the past 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yeah? Today, we want to take a different angle.
Okay.
We spend a lot of time working 24/7, you know, and we take like a third of our days in our offices, in our workspaces. So I don't know, wewe usha experience time uko umepata stress ukiwa job pale na unaona hakuna venye you were able to handle this kind of stress? Kulikuwa na mechanisms zilikuwa zimewekwa in place kwa ofisi kuhandle na hizo situation?
Mingi sana.
Yeah.
Mingi sana. Stress lazima ikukule kwanza workplace.
Yeah.
Zile mostly kwanza hizi vitu zenye tunadu when you're in media, actually let me tell people, hii kitu si rahisi. When you see those people wale wako behind the cameras.
Yeah.
Just think. Saa zile umehata kitu and your producer is there, unaona nafanya ma sign language and you don't understand.
Kuna mtu hapo kwa masikio yako just
my friend, unatamanigi hiyo show iishie hapo. Uende nyumbani. Kuna kwaga na pressure and it's everywhere kwa job yote. Hata ule mse anauza nyanya pale, nyanya ikianguka hiyo ni pressure.
Pressure tu. Najua ame lose do.
Pressure inakuaga.
Kuna mtu pale kwa ofisi. Yani amekosa commit deadline. Mazee boss ako hapo ame complain.
Sijaifanya kazi kwa ofisi ya laptop. Lakini kuna siku nitafanya hiyo kazi.
You get there. So,
anyway,
this is what we are going to be talking about. Kabla tuendelee kwa how I've been. But this is what we are talking about today. How we are handling mental health in our workplaces.
Yeah.
And today we are joined by a HR manager. Ndio tusikue hapa tunapatiana tu vitu zenye hatujui venye inaenda.
Hizi zangu za sijui mkono hivi. Hizo haziwezi.
Exactly. So keep it tuned, keep it locked here to get the many insights that we have in store for you.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa unaniuliza venye?
Yeah, you. Have you ever experienced kitu kama hiyo?
Yes. Well, as you've said, ni common. It's very common. Umefika kwa ofisi, kuna deadline hauja meet. Yani ile pressure you build, hata pressure from yourself na pressure kutoka kwa mdosi wako. Yani inakuanga tu, you're constantly thinking, guy, what am I going to do? Alafu, if we don't have a way of handling it, inaweza end up kukumess. Yeah, so that is why we are talking about this today, because we are seeing a lot of people wana suffer silently kwa maofisi, and in their places of work, whether it's an industry, kule go down mingi zenye zikoenda, you know, we never know how to deal with these things. So that is why we have brought for you guys a HR manager to shed more insights on this topic and how to handle depression, stress in the workspace. Yeah.
And it's very important by this. Kwanza sana watu ofisi wanaogopanga mdosi. I'll say it kwa hii wanaogopa, wacha kuogopa. Wacha kuogopa mdosi.
Yeah.
Kama kazi ijaisha, you know, wacha ianze na wewe. Just be very truthful to yourself.
Yeah.
Hiyo pressure yenye unajua nimeanza ku advice na umeniambia kuna HR, wacha HR atakuja aseme hiyo.
Atakuja kutu explainia. But guys, share this video. Share the link to this video. Tell your friends that we are live on E_Square TV on YouTube.
Yes.
You can also link with us on Facebook, on Instagram. We are across all those social media platforms. So we'd like to hear from you. Also, whether we are doing a good job, feedback regarding what we are discussing today. We'd want to hear everything that you guys have to say about this show. Yeah.
Tuanze sasa.
We can start.
Tuanze sasa.
Yeah. So, without further ado, I want to invite Dianna Kirate. She's the HR manager of Protech. She'll come and give us more information about
atakuwa anakuja.
Atatuambia tu.
Unajua umesema Dianna and atakuwa anakam.
Atakuwa anakam, atatuambia what the company does and what they are doing in terms of mental health.
Yeah.
Unaonekana nika uko na something more to say before I invite Dianna.
By the way, Josephine, wiki yako imekuaje? Unajua tumeanza tu na straight. How's your week? Wiki yako imekuaje kwanza?
My week has been fine. It has been a productive week. It has been good. It has been an awesome week. So nimekuwa too busy. And I thank God at least kuna kitu nafanya. At least I am busy. I am putting my mind to work. Tumerudi shule, homeschool. Tulikuwa tumetake break. September imefika. So
kwani watu wanasoma?
Tumetoka break.
Oh, mulikuwa half term home. Half term. Nice.
Yeah. For those of you who have been following, I actually homeschool. Tumeanza homeschooling kwa sababu ya COVID, so that's what I've been up to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you?
Wiki yangu imekuwa poa. Ligi imeanza, wacha niseme hivyo.
Ligi gani?
EPL.
Unajua
fan wetu wa
ligi nifikiria ligi ndogo. Okay.
Ligi ndogo iko Kongong. But EPL imeanza. Furaha sana manze, fan wote wa Arsenal leo tuko na Fulham.
Fan wote wa Man U tuko na nyinyi.
Niliona mko na jezi fulani ya zebra crossing.
Sawa.
Hiyo ndio imekuwa highlight yangu. Kuona tu jezi tu fulani ya timu sipendi ni mbaya, itanifurahisha sana.
Tuachie story tu hapo. Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Naona sasa to invite.
But you're leaving out something. I know there are people who have been wondering, rap battle, is it happening?
Rap battle is happening on, let's say, next week.
Okay.
Next week.
All right.
I'll be talking more about it.
Yeah.
Nikirudi.
All right.
Takuwa na wachapia.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And without further ado, this time round for real. This time round, I want to invite Dianna Kirate. She's the HR manager at Protech. She'll give us more information about what Protech does as we understand more about mental health in the workplace. Wow. Karibu sana, Dianna. Karibu sana, Dianna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to E Squared. It's an honor to have you. And hata kuitikia kukua busy on a weekend when you're supposed to be actually taking your break off the busy week. Before we continue, maybe you can introduce yourself briefly and tell us what ProTech does.
Thank you so much for having me and sharing your platform. I'm very excited, I'm very delighted and passionate about what we are about to talk about. My name is Dianna Kirate. I'm the Human Resource Manager at ProTech. And in full, it is professional technologies, and we deal with cybersecurity. So we offer end-to-end services, and we actually analyze the environment. We recommend what is best suits your environment so that we don't have cases of hacking and, emails are lost and employees having clicked on emails that end up, messing up our data. So that is what we usually do.
All right. Hey, all right. Cybersecurity. I'm sure most of you meskia hii jina for the first time, but keep it locked. Yeah. So we are going to be hearing much more about that. But thank you for coming. We dive right into the conversation on mental health. We've been having a discussion the past 2-3 weeks, and over the past 2 weeks, we've been having the youth share their experiences with stress, mental health issues, depression in the office, in the workspace, in the environment at home. So I think it was only fair. We decided it was only fair to also cover the workplace where they spend like a third of their, their day in there. So how has mental health been accommodated in the HR space in recent years here in Kenya?
Actually, this month we are celebrating mental health. September is usually the mental health month, and all organizations embrace it, and we usually talk about it and make it prone to us. So we as the human resource professionals are people who ensure that our employees feel accepted and have a conducive environment to work in, despite all the stresses that come with being employed. So we know that you have a JD that speaks to you and what you're supposed to do. Yet we also provide an environment where you thrive in. Yes, we have all these pressures and expectations of how you're supposed to deliver your job. But at the end of the day, are we looking at a person as a whole? Are you mentally stable? Are you physically okay? Are you spiritually okay? So those are the things that the human resource profession are also looking at, despite you coming at the end of the month and saying, I want a salary I have performed. Yes.
Okay, that sounds very idealistic. Is it something that, before we even go further into this discussion, is it something that you're trained in as you start your HR career? How to deal with personalities and how to deal with mental health issues as they arise in the workplace?
Yes, currently we are having a certification program that all human resource professionals are supposed to onboard, which is College of Human Resource Professionals, where we get certified being a HR. So when you enroll in this program, and even during your bachelor's, we have courses on counseling and coaching, which has become a very important unit that you need to go through. And this teaches you how to handle different personalities. We have extroverts who are the loud people. We have the introverts who are the quiet. And we don't want to be involved with so many things of being in front of people. So we go through how to identify our employees and how to handle them when they go through situations of their highs and their lows. So you might find that you do not know how to handle that. So as a HR, you really need to be aware of the kind of people you have employed. So that, the interesting thing about it is when an extrovert becomes a bit quiet, then you get to raise an eyebrow and say, there's something wrong somewhere. When an introvert becomes very loud, then you start asking questions. Is there something wrong? Probably they are doing drugs. Most of the time when you find an introvert indulging in drugs and abuse, their self-esteem goes way out, So those are the things we look at and we've been trained on.
Okay. Is it something that is happening in our workplaces, like proactively having HR who is hands-on in making sure that they are able to notice different things that are missed with their employees? Is it something that you have seen in your experience happening in our workplaces?
Definitely yes. In my workplace, I have actually had employees who've gone through such moments. And it makes you be very, very aware and very observant. As a human resource, you need to be very observant, and you have your ears on the ground so that things don't catch up with you when they're already worse. As we have seen different places having cases where employees have committed suicide while working, you find that employees have even gone to like die when they're working. So before we get there, what are the signs that a HR should look at? So these are the things that, for me, at my workplace, you find that there's some employees who are like, the way I've talked about introverts. All of a sudden, someone becomes very loud. So those are the things you need to address before someone gets into depression. So you just need, what I do at my workplace, we usually have one-on-ones. I really love those sessions because you get one-on-ones. When I tell someone I need to catch up with you, it's not about work. It's about how are you?
Their well-being.
Their well-being. How's your family? We want, like today's world has really changed, and there's so much stress and anxiety, and people are not confident about the future. So we find that people are very uncertain of even tomorrow. So what we as human resource do is we create an environment where employees feel confident, they trust you, and open with you. Create an environment where an employee can approach you, even on the walkway, and say, can I have a minute with you? I don't think I'm okay. Yes.
That's really encouraging. Well, why I'm asking this question is because personally, the places I've worked in, I have seen HRs who are so out of touch with their employees. And I felt as though they're not taking keen attention. They're not paying keen attention to employees who have had funny, one day they are happy, the next day they are sad, the next day they are not coming to job, and they are not really concerned about what's happening with the employee. That's why I'm asking whether it's actually something that is happening in the workplace in this day and age.
Yes, things the HR world has tremendously changed, and employers are really getting involved with the today lifestyle of their employees. Because at the end of the day, we are focusing about productivity, but at the end of the day, we need employees who are whole for them to be productive at the end of the day. So you need to balance both. You just don't focus on productivity, yet you have employees on sick leaves, medical cover, they're always asking for, I need an off. Why are they going on off? Those are the questions we don't ask. And they're really, really important.
Right. Let's talk about someone who is watching this and works. You have had the madness that is with creative agencies, and there's always rush to do things like 24/7. They're always busy. Everyone is always rushing to meet a certain deadline, and there's so much pressure on creatives who work in ad agencies. How would you address such an environment if you were to be placed there?
I would want to answer it like this. It is very important to know that one day you'll never be in this world. And and there's always someone who can do what you're doing. So when you realize that tomorrow I can be sick, tomorrow I can get a better job somewhere else, there's someone else who can do your job even better. So it's up to us, even as employers, create that awareness of employees knowing there's someone who can do the job that I have. At my place of work, there's something called succession planning, where you mentor people to do the same things. We also do job rotation, meaning today I can work in the sales department, tomorrow I can work in a different department, so that you become an all-around person. You just don't know that this is my job, and if I don't do it, I don't do it, the company will fall. No. How do we do handovers? When I go on leave, who is going to do the job that I am supposed to do? So employees need to understand that it is not about I will lose my job. It is someone being there when I need them to be, for me to just take the rest that I need to.
Okay. What other signs can tell you that your employee is not fine? You've talked about an extrovert being showing signs that something is not fine, but maybe being quiet or an introvert, vice versa. What other signs can tell you that an employee is not fine in the workplace?
When someone is absent-minded, there's someone who will just, like for me, I love working in the office and just saying hi and checking up on people.
Yeah.
And you'll find someone not even responding to you. They're there physically, but they're not doing anything. So that is one thing that we look for. Another thing is you'll find someone very clumsy, yet they were very organized. Okay. But all of a sudden, their workspace has everything and anything. And you're like, there's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
There's someone who you will be talking to them, and all of a sudden they get very angry, just like that. So those are the signs that you look for.
Yeah.
Another thing is someone was very, very productive and very, very successful. Yeah. Someone else was very goal-oriented. Yeah. Doing certifications, like for cybersecurity, you need to be doing very many certifications. All of a sudden, someone is not even interested. So those are the signs we look for.
All right. And what mechanisms are in place to deal with such when confronted with such issues? Apart from the one-on-one that you've mentioned that you practice in your workspace?
In the employment world, we have the policies and programs that we've put in place as the human resource managers. Yeah. The policies and programs are there to ensure that we protect the mental health of employees. Yeah. So we have programs like our medical covers. They have nowadays an option of psychologists in place who you can call. Okay. For us, we have partnered with a money counseling center where our employees can call and get the services they need, and we pay for them. How else?
Nice.
Yes, we pay for them, and that's a good way to invest in your employees. Yeah. We have also, there are companies who've gone ahead and trained some of their employees to be peer counselors. So in case you need any help, you just ask for a sitting and you're taken through. Yeah. Some of us as the human resource professional, we've also trained as professional counselors and coaches so that you're able to handle such situations. And if not, then you escalate to a professional doctor. And these are the things that we've put in place.
Oh, nice. That's encouraging. At least there's some steps that are being made towards dealing with mental health issues in the workplace. I like a show called Billions. I don't know whether you've watched Billions. They have a professional coach, an in-house professional coach and a psychologist. Is it something that can be implemented here in our workplaces, specifically like 24/7 to deal with such issues as they have becoming on the rise?
Yes,
is it practical?
It is very practical, and some companies have also adopted to that. Right. So they have, employees are very interesting people. There are those who feel very confident disclosing their issues to someone they know, and there are those who will say, I want someone who doesn't even have a clue of who I am.
A neutral party.
Yes, someone, a very neutral party. Yeah. And you'll even find companies who do not have the finances to do that. They can bring in a counselor or a doctor every 3 months just to have a survey and just have an interaction or a small training. And after that, they're able to say, get my number in case of anything, call me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So to someone who is experiencing stress, depression in the workplace, what would you tell them? What steps would you guide them on to take as they go on in their work life?
I would want to say one thing, that a problem solved is half shared. Do not fear. We are also human beings. Your employers are human beings, and we also go through stress. Yeah. So we understand. There's no one who is perfect. Yeah. And mental health, I would say that mental health should be carried like any other physical health. Why do we talk about going to the gym with excitement?
I know, yeah.
Like ladies talk about, I have pimples, I'm going to look for an ointment. Yeah. Why don't we talk about mental health with a smile? I will be very excited to see young people posting and saying, I'm going to see a psychologist, because it is part of our lives. It's something that has really become rampant. We are seeing very young people committing suicide, leaving work. They just resign because they're not able to air their issues. And that is why we are there as human resource professionals. Yes, we would want we give you deadlines, we give you expectations, but at the end of the day, we are human beings. Do not be afraid. it is okay to say you're not okay and get the help that you need. And the help is there is just because we have not made that step to seek for it. And we have so many things the government is doing that we have free platforms where counseling and psychology is being done today. We have Red Cross, we have St. John's, you know. Let's maximize on this and be better.
Take note, people. Don't suffer back there in silence. It never helps anyone. You mentioned to me a few minutes ago that you have also gone through, you have suffered depression at one point in your life. I don't know whether it's something that you would like to share in brief as we wind up this interview and how you came out of it, you dealt with it.
Yes, with my previous profession, I have a background in hospitality and tourism management.
Wow, okay. So this was not your first job? Wow.
No, I have a bachelor's in hospitality and tourism management from Kenyatta University. And now I am almost graduating with my CHRPK in HR.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, and this is why I'm very passionate about people speaking up and people being aware of what is happening in their body. You'll find people being very excited and very happy, and all of a sudden they're very angry, they're irritated with very small things. I would say for me, I went through a duration where I felt unappreciated. I felt like I was the top employee where I was working, but there's no appreciation. You find supervisors who do not understand you, and they are always demanding so much from you, yet they don't understand what you're going through.
You deliver, they ask for this. You deliver this, they ask for this.
Yes, and at the same time, you go through a period where your body becomes sick. You find employees going to hospital, and they're never diagnosed with anything. I have a pain in my leg that never disappears. You have gone for x-rays, there's nothing that is being found. I have a migraine that never disappears. But when you approach someone, for example, when you come to a HR like me, I will tell you, kindly take some days off, go rest, stay away from work. Let's see how it goes for you. If it doesn't tone down, then we escalate and call like a psychiatrist or a psychologist to take you through, not even medically, unless they feel that you really need meds. So those are the things that I went through that I felt this is a bad environment, and I couldn't stand it. And that's why I wanted to be a HR who is passionate about employee welfare, employee well-being. How can I impact that environment to be the best place that I will wake up and say, I am going to work. I don't want to miss my environment. Like right now with COVID, I miss our Friday meetings. I miss our Friday environment where we just laugh.
Where you just chill.
You just chill with your employees. And there's no manager-employee. It's just on a friendly note. And that is how we open doors of employees disclosing things to you, and you're able to help them.
Oh, wow. And you left hospitality completely and moved to a whole new industry.
To a whole new industry. And I'm so passionate about it. And I'm loving what I'm doing for my people.
You're loving what you're doing, and I followed you, and you are actually also mentoring young girls. Maybe you can talk about that as well as I go to your questions online. I can see you guys commenting. So,
yes, I'm a mentor of young ladies who are joining the HR profession. And I believe in mentorship because I have also been mentored by amazing people. And the young people do not understand or realize that there are so many people out there looking for these opportunities to mentor you. So do not feel like I am going into a career that I do not have any idea about. I am having this vision or dream that I would want to pursue, but you do not know how to do it. Social media is really helping. Just write, I am looking for a mentor in this and this. And you will be surprised by the people who are really looking forward to mentor you. So let's take opportunity of that. I mentor girls who are in school, and I'm proud to say that some of them have gotten jobs.
High school, campus?
Campus.
Oh, nice.
Yes. If you give me an opportunity to high school, I am available. And
high school teachers, Miss Kia, take notes.
Yes, so if you need mentorship, if you need a mentor in terms of HR, I am there. I am willing to be there and work with you because I have some people who've also worked with me. And it is really, really important. And that reduces your stress levels because For example, let me tell you, when you enter into a new profession, you feel like late. Like for me, I used to feel like I've entered the HR world very late because people who've done a degree when I was doing another thing, I felt like I needed to catch up with those people. So there's so much pressure from within.
From yourself.
And there's also pressure from other people. So when you surround yourself with people who've been there, you feel cushioned, you feel the love. And whenever you have doubts or questions, like your MD wants something, you're like, hi, he's told me to do this, you know.
I know.
And you thrive in that and you become better with that. And it's also not wrong to fall. It is not wrong to fail. Like what we believe in Protect is one of our director, the director of sales says, it is okay to ask. Ask, ask, and ask. You don't know because you have not asked. And that is what we stand for. And you know, it is for her, it is very, very sad when she asks you, why didn't you do this? And you say, I don't know. You see? So you don't know because you have not asked. You have not been helped because you have not.
You didn't seek the help that you needed.
So even before you seek the help, you need to understand who you are, first of all. You understand the emotions you're going through. Then from there, you're able to express them. Yes.
I love that mantra. I love, love, love that mantra. I think that's something I think I should embrace myself as well. Because there are times I also find myself like feeling, I'm doubting what I am supposed to be doing. And I'm not sure how I'm supposed to proceed, but I don't want to ask because I don't want to be seen as though I am not, you know, proactive in going ahead to, you know, seek my JD. So, thank you. Wow. We have a lot of interaction. I can see you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Beatrice, Patricia, Naona, Fire. Thank you very much. Steve Anthony. Good discussion, guys. Thank you very much, Steve Anthony. Janet Japheth Umbui. Good show. Dorcas Nderitu. Good topic. Thank you very much. Brad Ongota. Nice conversation, guys. Thank you. Edith Kinya, that's my sister. Tell her she's doing a good job as a young HR. Yay! Our CEO, Michael Black, such a great conversation. Thank you very much. Wow, I think I'll get a pay rise. Mike is asking, sometimes someone is stressed by things from home, but you still expect them to perform at work. How do you handle such a situation?
Wow, very important.
Yeah.
I would say that when you have a HR or a line manager that has been trained in terms of it is not always about work. We come from a place that we have loved ones. We have people who are married, go through things. People who have children are going through things nowadays. So we find ourselves, before even we reach the work environment, where have you been?
Yeah.
What is going behind the scenes? You know, when we see you at work, you're all happy, you know, but there's some people who can't hide it.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing I would say is walk into that office and go straight to the HR and say, I have been through 1, 2, 3. What do you think? How can you help me? You'll find people even went home and found that their spouse has been terminated. True. How do you handle such a person? Yeah. You will go and find parents who will come to the office and say, I need to rush my daughter or my son to hospital. Because they know I need to deliver. And my HR, first of all, will say, you need to deliver. But nowadays we have an open mind of being flexible. We have flexible hours where you can still go and sort out your family issues, then come and deliver. But at the end of the day, the employee needs to understand, to be responsible and accountable. The employer can give you the best environment to thrive in, but you need to be very responsible to still perform and do your job. Like right now, we're working from home. Who is monitoring you? No one is monitoring. You have all the freedom to lift your legs and watch TV. But at the end of the day, I also have a mandate to ask you, what have you brought on the table? You need a pay. So employees and employers need to understand each other. So then we'll have a thriving environment for both of us.
It's a two-way conversation.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as I continue with the comments, you guys, Eunice Wajuje, I see you. She's saying she's learning a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in as well. Swahili Factory. Those are my people. Awesome conversation. Thank you very much. Richard Jellican. Jellican. Okay, fantastic, Dianna. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
He's saying you're making a difference. Thank you very much. Oguda, the management. Good work, NKIROTE. that name always confuses me.
NKIROTE, yes.
I never knew you were in hospitality. Now you know. Pinky, amazing work you were doing on the HR industry.
Thank you so much.
Beatrice Patricia has a question for you. As a HR and having gone through depression, do you ever feel at some point that you also need someone to care for you?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I was just sharing with some of your team that being a HR is really, really demanding, that you will find yourself being trained. Last year, they did a research on the top most stressful careers, and HR emerged as the top 5.
I am not surprised.
Because you play so many hats that you find at the end of the day, you're so drained, you don't even have energy for yourself.
True.
So how do you detox from all that? You are managing 130, 1,000 employees, and you manage their highs, you manage their lows. So who is there for you? Unless you have a very supportive partner or friends or family, that's how you can stand. Because we find ourselves in a very interesting situation where you are the motivator, you are the mentor, you are the coach, and you find yourself sometimes being the disciplinarian. So you will find yourself playing different roles at different times that you even forget who you are to yourself. So it's very important to know. I always tell my mentees that it is very important to know when you need time out. It is very important to know when you need to tell your manager, because we also have managers that I need to take leave today. I just need 2 days or even 1 day to clear off from work. You also need to have very supportive friends who can just listen to you. We don't even need someone to tell us that you need to do 1, 2, 3. You just want someone to talk to, which I usually do for myself.
That's nice because it's draining.
It is so draining that you always give. As a HR, you always give.
Always giving,
you never receive. So, and if you become very enclosed HR, you will find yourself going into depression, and we wouldn't want to have such people around us.
Exactly.
Please seek help.
Yes. Okay, nice. Wow, your comments are many. Thank you very much, Japheth. Dianna is a very, I think he meant he's very resourceful on information. Thank you very much. People are giving you the, keep going, or good at the management. Thank you very much. Brad is asking, are there laws that govern the well-being of employees when they get at that state of being depressed, hence not productive?
Yes, they are. And one thing that the government is really doing is advocating for mental health and ensuring that companies have policies that address mental health. In that, before even you think about dismissing an employee that is not productive, what have you done for them before you reach that decision? Have you talked to them? Have you given them alternatives of seeking help? Have you ensured that if someone feels like working from home, have you considered that? If they're going through drug abuse and abuse, have you given them platforms they can share what they're going through and get the help that they need? If someone is going through suicidal thoughts, how can you help such a person? Have you given them a platform where they can reach out to someone in that area to help them get out of that situation? So as human resource professionals, we are also bounded by laws that protect people who are going through mental illness. So you just don't wake up in the morning and say, you've been abusing alcohol at Ukutaki Kesho at workplace. So there are procedures, guidelines that we as employers are governed by to protect you from the situations that you're going through.
Okay. Are they actually in place? Are they enforced? Can someone who has been summarily dismissed because of one of the issues you've mentioned, can they seek redress in court and get justice?
Yes, you can. And we have the labor courts which deal with that. So any case that touches on employment, they're always taken there and you're able to be heard, and the employer will be told, what did you do before you reach that decision?
Yes. Okay. I don't know where your questions have gone to. Just a minute. But thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for your feedback. We are really enjoying the feedback that you're giving us. And yeah, keep them coming. And I hope you're sharing. You're sharing this link to your friends to tell them we are live. And yeah, so we are also trying to do our part in encouraging and enlightening people on how to deal with mental health issues, because I mean, it has just become a national conversation. And it's so sad seeing young people, you know, jumping off balconies, jumping off, you know, and
it's so sad, yet we can do something about it.
Exactly.
From the family level, from a friend. How many of us have friends who will just call you and say, we need to just meet up over coffee?
Exactly.
How many of us are in an environment where you can stop your MD and just say, how have you been? At Protect, we have a call log every Friday where we just call each other. Like I pick random names and I say probably the MD will talk to the front office person and get to know how they are. Like how gisty is that you can just so talk to the finance person and probably you didn't even receive something and you're like, by the way, you know. But we want to have it away from work. We want, like, we ask questions like, what have you been doing in your extra time? Are you going to the gym? Are you walking? Are you taking care of yourself? Have you been praying? Have you been reading the Bible? Because we are whole human beings. True. If you do not take care of your physical health, then you're messing up with your whole body. If you're not spiritually okay, then it means there's a gap in your life. So we have those sessions where we just have random conversations and get to know, how have you been? How have you been? It's not about how have you been. No.
Those kawa cliches,
like things,
no, we want to know.
We want to know. If you're married, I want to ask, how's your husband? How are the children? How are they coping with COVID since they are now at home? How are you managing to work from home with your children there? Those are the conversations we need to have right now, away from work. Yes, there are those meetings you have Monday to Friday, but Friday is just a day to just detox and get to know that I'm watching this movie on Netflix. You need to watch it, you know?
I know. You know, take the seriousness out of, you know, everything.
Yes.
As we wind up, thank you guys for, we still have more questions coming in. Thank you. Richard is saying Dianna represents the new and transformational HR. She sure does. I actually now want to come and work at Protect, thanks to everything that you're sharing, that your organization is doing. So many well done, Dianna, messages that are coming in.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I think I asked that question. Holistic approach is fundamentally important. Yes, very true, Richard. Thank you very much for that comment. As I wind down, how have you been dealing with COVID and employees who have been having dips in, you know, during this period, like from March to now? So many things have been, you know, they're not constant. You know, today is something, tomorrow there's something else, and then, you know, even the workplace, I know your organization has been interfered with a lot. So how have you guys been dealing, or how have you personally been dealing with it as a HR manager?
As a HR manager, from me, it has always been communication and over-communication. There's nothing as important as making your employees aware of what is happening. They do not have the privilege of sitting in management meetings, but they have the privilege to constant communication and updates as to what is happening. We've had cases where employees go on leave, unpaid leave, or rotations, and salary cuts. Thank God we've not reached there, but business is really, you know, it's a bit hard. But one thing I have done is we always communicate. We always update our employees of how we are doing. We usually do reports on how we've fared in terms of business. We have clarity in how the business is running. This month they will be told we did really well and made this profits. The next month we will tell them we didn't do well. And this, we usually have quarterly meetings where we give an overview of how the business is. So the employees are aware of we made money, you know. So you have no.
So you can't tell me.
You can't tell me anything. And when business is not okay, they're also able to understand where you're coming from. Okay. So communication and over communication. The other thing I have done is constantly reminding them that financial management is very important. Yeah. And this is something I started way when I joined Protec, and just letting youth, the young people who've just joined the career, to understand that this money might not be there in the next month, you know. Yeah. You need to save something, even if it is 1,000 shillings, you need to save it up for an eventuality. Yes. So we have financial trainings that I do for my employees, and constant reminder when you're having that call. The last thing you tell them, I hope you have like some money for next month. You never know if salary is coming, you know, and they're able to understand where you're coming from. Other than just sitting quiet and one day you're telling them, next month there's no salary. You see, you're putting your employees in a place where they'll have shock, they have uncertainty of what's the next move, you know? Yeah. So we even have emails where I send and say, please do not find yourself in a situation where your house is locked or you need food, you know. Yeah. Have those close relationships with your employees. We are all human beings despite our positions at the workplace. You will also fall into that one day. Yeah. So let's embrace each other. Let's appreciate each other with our weaknesses, with our strengths, and let's embrace ourselves in our own skin. We were all born at a different time with a different parent, with your own unique features. So let's talk about mental health as any other illness. Yeah. You know, the way you're saying, I'm so fat, I need to go to the gym. Yeah. Why not wake up and say, I've not been sleeping well for the last 2 days. I need to or in the social media, we have so many topics being handled nowadays. Yeah. And let's maximize on that, and let's stop stigmatization. That is something that has really made mental health not get to where it's supposed to do. Let's embrace people who are bipolar. Yeah. Let's embrace people who are super excited, you know? Yeah. Like, embrace people for who they are. I would say in our environment, we are very, very adaptive and accommodative, that we know this person, when they're quiet, we don't move into their space. When someone is really excited, you know, there are people who just want to say, you're dressed well. Yeah. So I have an employee who, if you don't say that in the morning, you've spoiled their day. So it's good to understand the people you're working with, in that you know this person works well in the morning. Don't even go to their desk, because that's when they're most productive. After lunch, go do all the stories you want to do. Yeah. And there are people who, in the middle of the office, you'll just hear them shouting and calling your name. So you also understand someone the way they are geared to. Yeah. At the end of the day, we are different people, different ages, you know. True. Nowadays, we have young people as 18 working with people who are almost retiring. Yeah. How do you create an environment where they interact in a respectful, professional way, that a 60-year-old can sit in that meeting and hear an 18? Yes. Exactly. How will that 20-year-old listen to a 50-year-old and say, that's a good idea, but we can do it this way? And the other person will say, I think that's a brilliant idea. How else can we make our environment, you know? Yeah.
Blending in everyone. We are too diverse. Our workplaces now have become very, very diverse. Very. Race, and culture.
We can rub each other badly in a split of a second. Yeah. Yes.
So I hope you guys have actually learned something. And HR managers out there, HR practitioners out there, we are also sharing this information because we need to take care of our employees. I mean, you need a productive environment in your organization. So it's only fair that you also take care of the people who are working for you. So thank you very much, Dianna.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow.
And healthy employees. Yeah. You get high productivity, and the bottom line looks really good for you, because at the end of the day, you go home smiling. Yeah. Who wouldn't want that?
Everyone wants that.
But the reverse is also true.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
So let's talk about mental health with a smile. Let's stop stigmatization. Embrace your own skin. Embrace who you are. Everyone has their own weaknesses. Everyone has their own strength. And before you say, I want to become like that person, they went through their own lows. Yeah. So remember, it is a journey. Embrace yours and know that one day you will reach where you want to be.
Wow. Hey, all right. We are going to be calling you very soon for motivational speaking this time around, I think. But thank you. Thank you for coming
Thank you for having me.
E Squared. And keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for creating spaces where people feel comfortable to work in that environment. We need to champion for this more. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Okay. Oh, wow. That was an insightful conversation, very insightful. I hope someone has picked something. Whatever you've picked, run with it. Whatever you have picked, run with it. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your feedback. We are continuing to receive them. I can see you from where. Also, tell us where you guys are watching us from. It's very good to know how far we are being seen and heard. Thank you, everyone. Richard, Pinky, we have Zipporah Mwai. Thank you so much for your comments. Good job, Diana. I can see you. Margaret Kinyanjui, thank you very much. Edith Kinya, thanks for reading my comments. Mom also says she is very proud of her daughter and she should continue her great job. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Edith. Diana is doing a wonderful, wonderful job, whatever in what she's doing. Nora Mora, good conversation. It gives courage. Keep moving on. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Sorry. Thank you for those comments. Brad, I can see you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Jafet Ombui, thank you for tuning in. Oguda, continue following and continue sharing this link to your friends, to your neighbors, to your relatives, everywhere. Just tell people that we are live. We want to get a lot more conversation from you guys, and also tell us what you think about the show. I think I have read, but keep them coming. Eunice Wajuje, I can see you. Thank you very much. Steve Anthony, I think I read your comment. Good discussion, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Thank you for your feedback. We are live. Continue following us on E_squared TV on YouTube. Follow us on all our platforms. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we are on Twitter. Please make a point of following us and also giving us a shout out from wherever you are. We like hearing from you guys. So we are having a music break. I think that information that we had was, too heavy. So let's take a break with some music from the amazing Maureen, who is going to be back here. Maureen, karibu sana. Maureen MUSYIMI. Karibu. All right.
Tamanio langu, njaa yangu Bwana, kiu yangu, wewe peke yako nakutamani, wewe peke Bwana, tamanio langu, njaa yangu Bwana, kiu yangu, wewe peke yako nakutamani, tamanio la moyo wangu. Kama vile ayala atamanivyo maji jangwani, ndivyo nafsi yangu ya kutamani. Nina shauku nawe Bwana, tamanio langu wewe nikupendeze. Kama vile ayala atamanivyo maji jangwani, ndivyo nafsi yangu ya kutamani. Ina shauku na wewe Yesu, tamanio langu Yesu nikupendeze. Wewe peke tamanio la moyo wangu. Wewe peke tamanio la moyo wangu. Wewe Yesu, wewe peke tamanio la moyo wangu. Wewe peke tamanio la moyo wangu. Shaka yendele boyenda. Sina mwingine ila ni wewe Bwana. Wewe peke yako.
Maureen, where are you going? Unatoroka tena? Nice. Simama hapa. Wow. Uko sawa? Ladies and gentlemen, remember we are live on YouTube at E_squared TV. Maureen, please introduce yourself. Wacha tuanzie hapo.
Hi guys. My name is MAUREEN. MUSYIMI. I'm born again. I love Christ. I am a music minister and a songwriter. Yes, that's all I can say.
Wow. You have an amazing voice.
Thank you so much.
Inatoa nyoka pangoni alafu inaua. Well, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Wacha tuanze huku nyuma kidogo. Can you please tell us a little bit about your background?
About my background?
Yeah.
Nimezaliwa Mwea. That's where I come from. Yeah. I'm born in a family of four. I'm the firstborn.
You're the firstborn?
Yeah. My dad is a pastor, is a born again man. So like I can say, I've been brought up from a Christian family, a pastoral family, a family that knows God, a family that fears God. Yeah.
So that is where you started your ministry?
Yes, that's where I started my ministry. Yeah.
How long have you been doing your ministry?
How
long?
My ministry?
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to ministry, I started my ministry 2 years back. That's when I started doing my music that is professional way. But about singing, I started singing when I was a very young girl. You see, this thing is a gift. It's called a gift. So you're born with it. Yeah.
You started singing 2 years?
Yes, 2 years back. I started singing 2018, I think, at the end there. if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Wow. Wacha juu umeingilia story ya mziki, wacha tuongee kwa mziki kidogo. Experience ya hii 2 years imekuwa aje tangu ingie kwa industry?
The experience has been awesome. Yes. There's a lot I'm learning. There's a lot I'm unlearning. You know, it's a journey. So we grow as we learn.
Okay.
Yes. It also has its own challenges. So I can say it's a journey. It's been awesome. I can't complain. But it has its own challenges as well.
Can you share with us those challenges?
Challenge number 1, as a young minister, is you'll be discouraged at some point, especially when you're starting. When you're starting your ministry and your music, this is your first music, you don't know how far it will go. You don't know who will get this music of mine out there. You know, those kind of things. Yeah. So that is challenge number 1. How will this music reach to people? You see, another thing you find so many people discouraging you. You know, you're now into this music. Are you sure you make it? Are you sure it's your call? So you've got a lot of challenges. Yes. You also have challenges sometimes with media people. Sometimes they don't trust you. Sometimes they trust your ministry. You know, having that one person who will believe in what God has kept in you, like, hi, Maureen, I believe in your ministry. I think I can help. I can help push this song to touch so many souls. So sometimes you get that, sometimes even the most DJs that we are having, sometimes they just want to, yani, sometimes kunyanyaza waimbaji. You understand it?
Ukisema kunyanyaza
it's like, so you want me to play your song, you've got to compromise with them. That is one challenges I've really had with a lot of musicians, that you see, DJs sometimes. You see, we have so many young people who started ministry, but give up at the end of it all or in the journey, because on the way they met so many people that discouraged them. Sometimes even the DJs, they've got to tell them, for me to play your songs, you've got to give me something.
Like what?
Like, okay, you've got to maybe sleep with me for me to play for you a song. You see, so most of them, you find that most of them, they get discouraged. And sometimes, let's say, if you fall in that trap, then it worsens even. Because in the first place, you are not trusting God that called you. You see, God is able to sell what he calls. How do you help God even sell what he...
Have you ever experienced any kind of...
Personally, I have never experienced that bit of a DJ wants to compromise with your... You want to compromise just to have your song played. I have never faced that kind of a problem. But again, I always say this, the way you carry yourself is the way people will carry you. Sometimes there is a way you appear to those DJs and they will just carry you the same way. So you will always be undressed the way you dress. You see? Like the way you carry yourself, that's how people will always carry you. Yes. If you show them, this is the path I'm taking, this is the path, they will always respect that part. Yeah.
Wow. Right now you have like 4 songs.
Yeah.
I love Wewe Peke. What were you thinking,
What I was thinking, again, I don't always get songs because I think about them. You don't think about a song. You see, I thought about that song and it came. Songs will always come. Songs are birthed from the place of depth. A song, a godly song is birthed from a place of depth, from a place of interaction with God. It doesn't just come from a walk with God. That's where songs will always be birthed. Yes, this is the walk you've walked with God until you get to that point that, Lord, I think you are the only thing that I need. You're the only desire of my heart. You see, also David got to that point where he was like, God, you are the only desire of my heart. You're the only desire of my life. Yes.
Wow. Any album that you have released?
Any album?
Yeah.
I've not done an album. I've only done 4 songs. Yes. I've done Kama Siwewe that I did recently. I've done Tamanio Langu. Yes, Nitakuishia na Ahadi.
Wow, nice. Remember, we are live on YouTube at E_squared TV. And of course, man, Maureen sharing her life hapa hivi, si ndio? Tumekuwa na topic fulani imekuwa ikitembea sana about depression, and this week tulikuwa tunaongelelea mental health. You as a person, have you ever experienced something about mental health?
I think at some point, everyone will always experience that. Yes. Sometimes, let's say, even in the office when the workload is too much, sometimes even the way the head department maybe handles you, the boss handles you, those kind of things. Yes. So those are things that are happening. That is something. But at the same time, I always say sometimes, especially if you want to avoid these kind of things, where you're working, that is where you're working, it's good to adhere to the rules. You get me, right? Sometimes we are very easy to complain of what we're going through while we're not adhering to the rules. Unless someone is so evil to question you for something that you're doing right. Okay, I don't know how to put it, but I know it is not always easy for someone to question you of something you're doing right, unless you've just gone against, you've not adhered to the rules. You get me, right? Unless you've not adhered to the rules. So what I may say, sometimes at our job place, at our workplace, what we can do is sometimes maybe we try to respect the rules of the job.
Okay.
And maybe respect our seniors, those who are in that job sector. They want it done this way, so let me try do it this way. If then you do it the right way and it doesn't end up giving you peace, from that very point, now you can make decisions to leave or to do something else. Yes, after you've tried your best.
So that means apart from music, is there anything that you are doing?
Apart from music?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is that?
Okay, I have my own job apart from music. I do work.
Job kama gani? Job kama gani?
Yes, I work in the office. Yes.
Maureen. Hey. Maureen.
I know what you want to hear.
We know you work in the office. Sasa job. Unaona kama mimi?
Okay, yes.
Mimi nakuongelesha.
Yes, apart from music, I think I've many other things even that give me outcome. I've got, I work in the office. I also do sell tickets when you're traveling. I'm in aviation industry. Yes, I also do a lot of online stuffs. Yes, I've got another means. I can't say I'm doing ministry as part of getting money. I can say, to me, singing is a ministry.
Okay.
It's not part of making money. God has given me other ways of getting money, so I don't do music to get anything. Even if I was to do music and never get anything out of it, I'll still do music. It is my assignment, it is my purpose, it is my call.
So you have something that you are doing, but music, if it is not paying you, it's well with you.
It is very well with me.
Maureen, if you are to be given a chance right now to do secular music, and you upatiwe kila kitu, unajua upatiwe everything, na uache kufanya gospel, can you do that?
There's no amount of money that you can give me just to live what I am doing for God. By the grace of God, there's nothing. no amount of money. Yani nothing. Let's say nothing.
Kwa hivyo utahama, hujanijibu. Utahama.
I'm saying there's nothing. I'm saying no. You cannot give me anything. Nothing can convince me to leave God. At you give me any amount of money for me to go to secular. No.
Maureen, you are very tough. Are you dating? Wacha tuanzie hapo.
Yeah.
Inamaanisha you are very tough on that person.
I'm never tough. I think sometimes we really misunderstand people with tough personalities. It's even when you are tough, there are places you get and you know my place is this and his place is that. You know your place. No matter, there's always this thing. No matter how tough you are as a woman sometimes, and even as a married woman, when you get home, my place is not that high place. I've got to submit. At job, I'm the manager, I'm this tough, but when I get home, I think there's this part of me that has just to submit. Being tough doesn't mean you neglect your place. Yes.
It's good to understand. It's good to understand. In 2 years or in 5 years to come, where do you see MAUREEN?
I see myself touching many souls. That is all I want. To reach the so many people and everyone else that God purposed when I was born. You see, when we come into this world, God will always have that specific thing that he keeps in our heart, that he keeps in our lives. That the day you are born, God had a specific assignment for you. And if today you die having not done what God called you to do, you go to heaven and God will be like, you did 0% out of what I gave you. What will be the joy? So my prayer is always, I reached those very souls that I was called for. Yes.
How can you advise young ladies who are doing ministry like you on this camera?
My advice to young ladies is patience is the thing in ministry. Especially in music ministry. You've got to be very, very patient with yourself. People really expect, you see, this perfect, I want to do this music. Music, it will take. You see those expectations. As long as you are a minister, you cut them off completely. Yani, you start having patience. This is a journey. Who said, yani, the first song will just give you a lot of breakthrough and favor? No, who said that? You can do sometimes 10 of songs na hakuna yenye hata imekupea kibali. So you've got to be very patient with what you are doing and also add excellence in it. You be excellent in what you're doing. Wow. The ministry is not just ministry. Especially as musicians, we've got this thing of, as long as I'm serving God, Mungu atafanya. You see, Mungu atafanya. We don't want to include excellence in music. You see, God loves excellence. Your vocals, let them be excellent. Let your videos be excellent. You've got to labor for your ministry. Yes. Hii kitu ya unalegea because God will do it. He doesn't. Give your music, give your ministry excellence. Yani ukiimba hiyo kitu unasikia mpaka sijaimba madhogodhanio. At least I've really tried working on my vocals. I've really tried working. You invest. Gospel musicians have a problem with this thing called investing. You get it? Sometimes I'm not trying to really kuinua these secular musician, but sometimes if you go through their channels, people like Kina Diamond, there are people who know how to invest in their ministry. They know, when that is, they don't just spend at 20,000 in their ministry. They know how to invest in it. Not really ministry, not ministry in their songs. I mean, so as Christian, I would really urge people. I think it's important. It's very important. Let's invest a lot in what God has given us. Do it with a lot of excellence, with a lot of patience. and a lot of faithfulness, of course.
Wow. Before you do your last song, remember we are live on YouTube at E_squared TV. Maureen, where can we get your music? What
you can get my music on YouTube, MAUREEN MUSYIMI. I don't forget to subscribe. I pray that the songs will bless you. You can also get me on Facebook, MAUREEN MUSYIMI. But that MAUREEN ya Facebook, see the same na YouTube. Ya Facebook ni MAURYN, MAUREEN.
MAUREEN. Lazima tuengi hivyo MAUREEN.
MAUREEN MUSYIMI. MAUREEN. Yes, double E. MAUREEN.
All right. That's how we do it, man. Maureen, I'll let you perform your song, and then we will come and tumalizie kitu, si ndio? Perform.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Black Boy Band.
Umenitendea makuu na ya ajabu Yesu, kunikunguta mavumbini na kuniheshimisha. Kama si wewe Yesu, ningalikuwa wapi? Ee Bwana, natamani nikuishie haja ya moyo wangu, ni wewe tu. Yesu, nikuishie milele. Agano langu na wewe ni kukupendeza. Agano langu na wewe ni kukuishia siku zote za maisha yangu, siku zote za maisha yangu. Baba, agano lako linihifadhi Bwana, uliyesema nikuabudu utanihifadhi, uliyesema nikuinue utaniinua. Yesu, mimi nikuabudu milele. Yesu, nikuabudu milele. Baba yangu, nikuabudu milele. Agano langu na wewe ni kukupendeza. Agano langu na wewe ni kukuishia siku zote za maisha yangu, siku zote Baba yangu za maisha yangu. Agano la moyo wangu ni kupendeza wewe.
Black Boy Band. Rumba rumba kidogo. Masiki toko. Shile. Wacha nione venye watu wawestiwa na dance rumba. Pole 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 pole. Mdogo mdogo. Takana mtamu tukasema sasa shile. Whoa. Remember, we are live on YouTube at E_squared TV. Thank you so much, Maureen, for performing amazing songs. You know?
I love her music.
Josephine.
She's amazing.
She's
Her
amazing.
music is amazing. Her music is amazing. And thank you so much. Today we've had so much interaction from you guys. We are so grateful that you found the time to join us, to hang out with us, to jam with us. I'm sure, I'm so certain that you guys have had quite an enjoyable afternoon. Remember, this show happens every Saturday from 2 p.m. So please, tusijoin leo alafu tupotee tena.
Ukijoin ushaona ile join group, ukijoin hakuna kuleft.
Hakuna kuleft. We are really enjoying your comments. I'm seeing Felix saying, he's actually quoted what Maureen has said. No amount of money can convince me to leave God. Wow. Such people are very rare to come. Very true. Very true. Ian, I can see you. Maureen, hey, Black Boy Band. Japheth Umbui, good talent nurturing. Thank you very much, Japheth. Wow. Winnie M. Unveiled. Yay, I can see you. Thank you so much. Maureen, you're giving her your love. Thank you, Winnie, for joining. You're also doing an amazing job. Thank you for that new jam that you've just dropped this week. Deliverer. Amazing. I can't seem to stop listening to that jam. It's really amazing. You guys can also check her out. She was here last week. And she has amazing vocals as well.
Last week but one.
Oh, last week but one. This time is flying so fast. Last week but one. But thank you for showing up, for watching, for sharing your feedback. We are feeling your love and we are sharing it right back to you guys. So asanteni sana.
Yeah. Talking of that, you know how we do it. Ni watu wa nguvu sana manze. Next week we'll be doing Cypher. Mic check Cypher.
Oh, okay.
Black Boy presents the mic check Cypher.
Yeah.
It will be happening on Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
Yeah, this Wednesday. This coming Wednesday.
Okay.
Tunaifanya manze vinoma sana yani. Tutakuwa tunawachapia kina nani watakuwa naifanya hapo. And then next week on 23rd, we'll be doing the mic check.
All right.
Yes.
So difference here Cypher na mic check ni nini?
Cypher.
For those of us who are new to our platform.
Cypher is, we want to see dope rappers who got bars. You know what bars?
Yeah, now I know what bars are.
Bars. And then for the rap battle is the competition.
Okay.
You see?
All right.
You rhyme?
So for the mic check, we need you to come over to our studios. Yeah? To come and show us what you guys have got.
Yeah.
You know, if you feel like you can spit.
If you can spit a little bit. No. Acha nitaikumbuka hapa. Leo nimesahau by the way. Umenishika off guard by the way. You know I rhyme those things nikitokaga home nasemaga nikifika pale, you know this how we do it. Yeah, I'm the best #1 rapper.
Yeah.
If you spit a little bit. They solid. Nimesahau by the time next week takuwa sawa.
Aya, nitakuweka on the spot tena. But you guys, you feel like you can freestyle. Yani when yule mnoma pale mtaani. Please show up. We are right here at Buruburu Apron Center, 3rd floor. Come to Black Boy Media Studios and you'll find us waiting for you. Tukupatie platform pia. You show the world what you have. Yeah.
A trophy yetu iko ready. So
there's a trophy, guys. There's a trophy. We just don't let you go just like that.
23rd manze, just keep it low, keep it check. Tutakuwa tunaifanya the digital edition mic check.
Yeah.
September.
All right. And this is how we wrap the show today.
Yeah. Uko na kitu kingine ya kusema?
No.
Before useme adios. Adios.
Me, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that y'all, Yani, you turned up and you turned up in a good way, in a big way.
Yeah.
Please share this video. We are going to upload it very soon. So keep checking this platform and keep following our social media platforms. Oh, before we leave, we had shared that we are going to be having an amazing Gengeton band, but they will be back. They'll tell us why they didn't show up today, but I'm sure to what I come to. Yeah.
That's how we do it, man. Till we see you next week on Saturday. Yeah, I was your host, MC. We did the S to the I to the E.
All
Number
right.
1 MC.
Hey, Sawa. And I'm just fit. And until next Saturday, see you guys. Same time, same place. Adios.
Adios. Black boy band. Yeah. Yeah.